The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, October 1st reveal that Nikki and Victor aren't just content to regularly destroy their own marriage. They can also throw a wedge into Lauren and Michael's. Next on YNR. Michael, Christian LeBlanc, who recently welcomed a new co-star, stopped working for Victor, Eric Braeden, when he realized that no matter what he did, how much he sacrificed, what personal risks he took, Victor was always going to accuse Michael of not being loyal enough. So he promised Lauren, Tracy Bregman, once and for all, that he would step away from that awful, toxic, abusive relationship. And he did. For 2-3 minutes. And then he went running back to Victor, begging to be kicked in the teeth some more. He's even willing to risk Kane's Billy Flynn ire. Anything for Victor. Maybe this time it will be enough. Nikki stalls Lauren. Lauren hates the idea of Michael working for Victor again. She's begged him. She's reasoned with him. She's threatened him. But Victor is like an addiction to Michael. Lauren turns to Nikki, Melody Thomas Scott, for information and for help. But Nikki is as brainwashed by Victor as Michael is. So she puts decades of friendship on the line to protect Victor. She will never be honest with Lauren if Nikki thinks it might make Victor unhappy. What's that you say? Toxic relationship, you say? That's just how Victor and Nikki like it. Victor will beat Jack. You know what else Victor likes? Making Jack, Peter Bergman, suffer. When Nikki worried that's what he had planned for Jack with this latest partnership, Victor took offense that Nikki would give Jack a moment's thought. Of course, Victor plans to crush his longtime enemy into fine powder under his boot. But he won't tell Nikki exactly how. She shouldn't worry her pretty little head about it. This is men's business. Find out more about these storylines in our weekly YNR spoilers for September-October 29th and the Wednesday, October 1st episode of The Young and the Restless. Claire explains herself and her choices to Kyle in the park. Meanwhile, Lauren somehow puts Nikki in a tough position. What did she do? Kyle, Michael Mueller, and Claire, Haley Aaron, are in Chancellor Park post-breakup. Kyle wants answers, although he is probably afraid to get them. Claire came to the realization that she needs to prioritize herself, and now it's time for Kyle to get on board. It's why she ended the relationship with him. And that's why she's going to Los Angeles. Holden, her friend, will show her around. Claire is now living on her own terms. Can Kyle handle that? Claire doesn't look happy in this image. Maybe she's wondering if she made the right decision to break up with Kyle. Maybe she is contemplating reversing her decision. Or maybe she is wondering how many swimsuits to pack for LA. According to the daily YNR teasers, Michael, Christian LeBlanc, has difficulty resisting old habits. Are we talking about recent past habits such as going above and beyond for Victor, Eric Braeden? Or are we talking about ancient past habits, like going super dark to achieve his goals? Michael does seem as if he has that fire in his eyes. He thinks he can save Genoa City. But can he save his marriage once the final secret he's keeping from his wife is revealed? The timing of Kane's arrival and these romantic shakeups seems suspicious. But is he directly responsible for these relationships imploding on the young and the restless? Or are the couples to blame on their own? Let's take a closer look. Kyle and Claire. Kyle, Michael Mueller, and Claire, Haley Aaron, were the first ones shaken by the infamous trip to Nice. Apparently, what happens in Nice doesn't stay in Nice. Claire learned about Kyle and Audra's Zuleika Silver kiss. However, she still doesn't know how intimate they got. Kyle and Audra were on the verge of sleeping together. This week, the full truth about Kyle's paternity and their manipulation to keep him close will be exposed. It may come out in a heated argument, or perhaps through a slip of the tongue to the wrong person, but once it's out, there is no taking it back. Kyle, feeling betrayed on every possible level, will unleash his rage on both of his parents. He will accuse Jack of being no better than Victor Newman, using people as pawns, and he will condemn Diane for choosing her new life with Jack over the well-being of her own son. The fallout is catastrophic for Jack and Diane's marriage. The foundation of their recent happiness was built on the secret, and with it exposed, the trust between them evaporates. Diane will plead that she did what she did to protect their family, while Jack will be consumed with guilt for agreeing to the deception in the first place. A poignant and devastating scene will see them in separate rooms of the vast mansion, questioning if their love can ever recover from this. Are they a team, or were they just two lonely people clinging to a beautiful illusion? Claire's quest, a daughter's hope or a calculated scheme. The mystery of Claire Grace continues to be the most captivating new thread in Genoa City. Her claim to be the long-lost daughter of Victoria Newman has sent shockwaves through the community, and this week, her campaign to win over the Newmans intensifies. We will see Claire make a significant and very public gesture to prove her loyalty and good intentions to the Newman family. This could involve handing over sensitive information about a rival company, or perhaps using her own resources to help Victor in his corporate war. Her actions will be persuasive, and they will begin to chip away at the wall of skepticism surrounding Victoria and Nick. Victoria, especially vulnerable after her showdown with Victor, may find herself desperately wanting to believe in this chance for a maternal connection. However, not everyone is buying the act. Kyle, now embedded at Newman Enterprises and privy to the family drama, remains deeply suspicious. He will voice his concerns to Victor, warning him that Claire's sudden appearance is far too convenient. Is she a grieving daughter-seeking family, or is she a wolf in sheep's clothing, playing a con on the most powerful family in Wisconsin? A cryptic phone call from Claire to an unknown contact this week will heavily imply that there is much more to her story than she is letting on. The question is no longer if she has a secret agenda, but what that agenda truly is. Billy's downward spiral, a temptation too far. As his son Kyle self-destructs one family, Billy Abbott is on a path to destroy himself. His obsession with exposing Adam Newman's past crimes has become all-consuming, blinding him to the damage he is causing to his own life and his relationship with Chelsea. This week, Billy's fixation crosses a dangerous line. Frustrated by legal roadblocks and a lack of concrete evidence, he will consider employing illegal or highly unethical methods to get the dirt he needs on Adam. This could involve hacking, blackmail, or consorting with a shady figure from Adam's past. Lily will confront him, pleading with him to step back before he destroys his career and his reputation, but Billy is too far gone to listen. He believes he is on a moral crusade, but from the outside, it looks like a vendetta. The real casualty will be his connection with Chelsea. Chelsea, who has worked hard to build a healthy, stable life for herself and her son, cannot abide Billy's single-minded vengeance. She sees the ghost of the old Billy, the impulsive, destructive gambler, re-emerging. A heartbreaking con.